Hey, what's up, guys? Rampedi here. Another week, another episode. Orlando Pirates, MTN champions. John Maduka out, and Mamelodi Sundowns ladies cruising it. We talk about it. Let's go.
That's how it goes?
They keep asking about the best when they know it's me.
Okay.
Asking about the rest when they know it's me.
Straight in, I guess.
You know it's me.
Orlando Pirates are MTN champions. They won the trophy against AmaZulu this past weekend. The stadium was packed. It was packed to the rafters. And as well as they had the dignitaries there. Even the former president making an appearance as well. Interesting to see that Ofori started for Orlando Pirates. I think Mbonjane with that mistake against Kaizer Chiefs kind of cost him a starting place because I think he's been really solid for them. And then this game was crazy. It started really crazy, robust challenges. It was like everybody was just flying into tackles, you know. And Sibisi coming out just 2 minutes into the game. And one thing I loved about Orlando Pirates, they took initiative, they took control of the game, they went fast, trying to get a goal, and eventually the man of the hour, Monopule Seleng, scores the free kick, catching Motwa off guard. And with that, I mean, they sat back in the second half and they invited AmaZulu, trying to tell AmaZulu, come break us down. Let's see if you can break us down. And unfortunately, AmaZulu didn't. They did not break them down at all. And I have to say, AmaZulu disappointed me, man. I think they disappointed me. They disappointed me because they played at home. I mean, this was their home stadium, you know. Mozambique is the stadium that they play their games at. And you look at all that was done for the Zulus and having Jacob Zuma to come there and having the halftime show. I just have this feeling that they just did not understand the magnitude of potential history that could have been made. They just didn't. They started way too slow. I was expecting more. I was expecting for them to sort of give everything. Did they give everything? Perhaps. And even with that being said, even when Orlando Pirates set back, they just could not break them down. And that showed maybe that, yes, they hit the post. Fine. They hit the crossbar. Fine. But they just did not test Ofori enough. They didn't. And that's I would say my disappointment with AmaZulu is the fact that you fought so hard to get past Kaizer Chiefs. You get to a final, and that performance is what you put out in the first 45 minutes. I'll tell you something, man. Orlando Pirates couldn't have had an easier first 45, and they got the trophy. But what got Orlando Pirates a trophy within this competition? This is their record. And I tell you something, Jose Rivero actually stems his success on his defense. He's played 4 games, only conceded 1 goal, and 6 goals scored and 3 clean sheets. So they hardly concede. You know, he went past Mamelodi Sundowns going 180 minutes and not conceding a single goal. And that's how brilliant that they've been. And it's been their bedrock. It's been their bedrock this season. And you could just see the fact that AmaZulu was not able to break them down. And that's for Jose Rivero, a coach. You know, I put a tweet out and I said, this guy is a coach. Orlando Pirates have an operator here. It's his first season, and it's his first trophy as well. And if Orlando Pirates can give him time, I'm telling you, I think there's a lot more success that he can bring to this club. But there has to be time, and there has to be consistency. He knows that, and I think he's starting off with the defense, not being able to concede a lot of goals. And then with time, we'll start to see a side that will be able to marshal the game in the midfield and score the goals with the attack. So that is brilliant on him. Vital players to Orlando Pirates. One player that we have to mention, Miguel Tim. Man of the match. Came out with the man of the match performance. You know, at the end of the game, he was in tears. And he spoke about the fact that his girlfriend, that's probably going to be the first time that she sees him in tears. And one thing I got to tell you, even though you don't support Orlando Pirates, even though you're not an Orlando Pirates fan, you watch that interview and you just think he gets it. He gets it. I mean, that is how you win over the fans. When you say how much this badge means to you and how much he gives on the pitch as well. So to just see that, I just was like, even if you're not an Orlando Pirates fan, you just have to love that. You just seriously have to love that. And I got to tell you the importance of Miguel Tim. This is how important he is. Just have a look there. Every single time Miguel Tim has played 90 minutes of football for Orlando Pirates per game, Orlando Pirates have only lost twice. So when he completes a game, 90 minutes, Orlando Pirates have only lost twice. And that's the importance of him. And I got to tell you, if they keep him fit, I can tell you that Orlando Pirates are going to be winning a hell of a lot of games. But big ups to them. They are the champions. And as for AmaZulu, you missed the assignment. Maritzburg United have parted ways with John Maduka. Yeah, It's over for Maduka football. It was inevitable. I think it was coming. It definitely was. And especially when you see how the stadium was, Harry Gwala, it was becoming toxic. I said it last week. And as well as the fact that the fans were leaving and you could just see those boards of them saying that he has to go. And this was his record throughout the season. Jesse, this record is bad. 13 games played, 2 wins, 6 losses, and only 6 goals scored and conceded the most, which is 19. And you know, on Maduka's side, you always just think they're able to play football. And I think what started to change was at the start of the season, there was so much positivity that they played with. They went toe-to-toe with the Orlando Pirates at some point. But as you could just see, the losses just were counting. And it was just stacking and stacking and stacking and stacking. Suddenly turned into negatives. Suddenly they turned into players that didn't believe in themselves. And then suddenly you could just see, you're starting to question, can John Maduka bring the best out of these players? I'm not sure if he could. And it's okay to say it didn't work. I've said this before. It's okay to say it didn't work. And I know some people have come in the comments and have said that, but Maritzburg United is a selling club. What do they expect? If they're always going to be selling their stars, how do we expect them to perform? For me, we know that. It's nothing that is new. Maritzburg United been selling their players. They've been selling their stars. So my thing is, if you're going to accept a job offer from Maritzburg United, it's something you must be able to accept that some of your stars are not going to be there. And besides, when you talk about key players from Maritzburg United, they've lost Nazir Ali, they've lost Clayton Daniels, and as well as Klassen, you would say, from last season that were vital to that team. But when you look at their ages, they probably needed to go and they needed to get younger. And that's why the likes of Bongani Sam came into the fold as well. So if you're going to go there, that's what you're going to expect in terms of star players are going to be there. And also with John Maduka, there's a slight, he never needed much. He just never needed much. He was so good at Bloemfontein Celtic. He was so good at Royal AM. Did they have all the superstars there? No. So when he went to Maritzburg United, I was expecting a little better. And unfortunately, it didn't turn out that way. And Maritzburg United looks like they be acting fast with this. Not only is John Maduka stepping aside, but reports have it that Fadlu Davids is on his way back. He's a leading candidate for the role. The coach that went to Russia, remember him? That's the guy I spoke about. He's back in the country, and it looks like he might be going back. And I have to tell you, I like this choice. I think it makes sense. I really do think it makes sense. He's played for the club. He's coached the club before. He understands that stadium. He understands Friday night lights at Harry Gwala Stadium. He understands it. And if anybody can remember, Fadlu Davids led Maritzburg United to their highest finish in a long time. Fourth. Only having Orlando Pirates, Chiefs, and Sundowns finish above them. That was the 2017-2018 season. Remember that season with Lebarang Maboy and as well as Super Sihle Ndlovu, just in the way that they were playing, just being so fearless. And I would like to think if he comes back in, the plan is to get back there. Get back to a place where they're finishing in the top half of the table. But for this season, obviously, I would have to say he has to save the status, but eventually build on as it goes. And the fact that he knows the club and Farouk knows him, I'm sure they'll be able to give him more time. And I think also his experience at Orlando Pirates, being at a big football club, having to go to the final of the Confederations Cup as well. He's gained a lot of experience, going to Russia just for a little bit too. So he comes back so much of a better coach. And also this break. This break is a great break because his team is not taking part in the cup this weekend. So he's got about 2 months to fix a team, put a team together, see what targets that they can get as well. So, good luck to him and hopefully he does get the time. And as for you, John Maduka, I don't think a job is far away for you too because I think you're a good coach still. Hugo Bruce has announced his Bafana Bafana squad to take on Angola and as well as Mozambique on the 17th and the 20th of November. Looks like he's been granted his wish. This is what he wanted. He wanted the squad together and he wanted to play some friendly games. Obviously, this is building up to the AFCON that's going to be coming at some point. And this is the squad he's picked. This is the pre-squad. So there's a lot of names. So he's going to still cut it down. But I think the positives for me, Mlusi Buthelezi, he's been key for TS Galaxy, keeping clean sheets and being as consistent as ever. Sianda Msani as well. Richards Bay, incredible. I think he's been really good. Miguel Tim, the MTN 8 man of the match. This guy knows how to dictate tempo. And Jabula Blom, I'm happy for him. It's been a while. It's been a while, and I think his form at Kaizer Chiefs has been something to be noticed. I mean, that guy, he just never leaves that lineup. And Saleng, of course, star player, and as well as Lau Foster. I mean, his form that he's showing overseas has been really great in Belgium especially. And one thing I like about what Hugo Broos is doing is that he opens the pool up. You know, he makes players believe that even if you play for Richards Bay, you can make the Bafana Bafana squad. So it's really good to see that he's doing his best to open the pool. But speaking about opening the pool, Hugo Broos, let's have a discussion a little bit, man. I mean, because it's not all positive for me when that squad was announced. Godisang, why is he not there? You know, he's playing in the second division of Portugal. And this is his form. You know, 14 games, 5 goals, and 3 assists. Lebohang Mothiba as well. He's come back from a long-term injury, but he's playing in Ligue 1. And he's scoring goals. Lebohang Pire as well. It's the second division of France, but he's still playing. He's still playing quite a lot. And I don't understand that, like, these players are not in the side, because I believe they can make Bafana Bafana better. I believe they have the quality to lift the squad of some sorts. I mean, you look at that goal of Lebohang Mothiba as well. I mean, he hits that first time on the week of what? I mean, how is that striker not in the side? Not in the side at 26 years old. And that's the question I have for Hugo Broos, is that I'm wondering, what do these players need to do to get into the squad? Especially when you're playing at one of the best leagues in the world. And especially when you're playing at the second division of Portugal, but you're scoring goals and you're key and you're only 23 years old. What more do you need to do? And the experience, obviously, playing against that type of opposition is only going to help. And the only thing I would have to say for Hugo Broos is just pick the best squad for the nation. Because if it was me and I was there in the press conference, I would have asked them straight up, like, what do these players need to do? Let it make sense to me, because I don't understand. And especially considering the fact that these players have come out and said they want to represent the nation. Mothiba's been in Bafana Bafana colours. Godisang has been in Bafana Bafana colours. You remember his performances in Japan at the Tokyo Olympics? I mean, how is he not there? Like, how is he not there? If you're asking me who's the best winger, South African winger, who is it? I think he plays in Portugal. So I think give him a chance. But other than that, I will always stand behind South Africa. But Hugo Broos, please pick the best team for the nation. Masanda Wana ladies are walking on water in the CAF Women's Champions League. I mean, they're flying. They are really flying. They've started like a house on fire, you know. And I got to tell you, when you look at the group games, because we've already gone into the semifinals, 3 games played, 3 wins, 11 goals, and 2 clean sheets. I mean, this side is really hungry to defend their title. And one thing I've realized when watching them is that they're so dominant within their games. They're always in the opposition's half, all the time. Like, it's all the time. They're just passing it there, knocking it around, not losing the ball possession, having their rest defense at a premium as well. And it almost looks like they are far ahead of other teams on the continent. I wouldn't say the world, but on the continent level, Masanda Wana just looks like they are. And you got to give credit to Mamelodi Sundowns and able to build this team from the years back that they had it. They believed in this vision, and you can just see they're now starting to reap the fruits of their labor. And that's what you get for having to start early. But they've got a semi-final that they have to look out for. Simba Queens playing tomorrow. Will be a very interesting game. I think they will be able to get through. Then the important one is the final. The final is taking place this Sunday, 13th of November. It will be interesting to see who they get. But ladies, I believe you guys can do it. I seriously do. I believe you guys are quality. I believe that you guys are Usain Bolting this whole thing. And I would expect to be talking about you guys as champions next week. So please, go and do the nation proud and go and win. That's 7.1 million rand. It's time for our weekly bet of the week. The purpose of this segment is to show you my bet slip in hopes that it helps yours light and green. The more accurate, the more cash you get. Let's get into it. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got Betway on my mind and I'll never give it up. Cause every time I place in a bet, all the cash I get goes up. And it stays there. And it stays there. And it stays there. Up, up, up. Guys, another bet slip one. Another bet slip one. Have a look at that. Have a look at that. Man, I'm getting it, man. I'm getting it week after week. We just keep going. It's another one. Bet of the week. Got some games here. 4 games only. And you will not believe the odds as well. Leipzig against Freiburg. Over 2.5 goals. I think Leipzig scores goals for fun. Arsenal taking on Brighton in the Carabao Cup. I think Arsenal win that one. Straight up. We've got West Ham against Blackburn. West Ham straight win. And last but not least, Wolves taking on Leeds. I've gone to the over 1.5 goals within that game. The odds, 5.01. That's 5 times the money back. 5. And that's my bet slip for this week. That is Bet of the Week, sponsored by Betway. Remember to practice responsible betting at betway.co.za. Until the next one, all the best. We've come to the end of the show. But like I always do, I've got something just for you. Playing the Field with Shakes is giving away 3 double tickets to watch the Cullen Cup this weekend to 3 loyal viewers. It's simple. All you have to do is leave a comment down below, naming one of the teams that will be part of the Cullen Cup. 2, subscribe to this channel and follow me at Shakes Rampedi on Twitter. I'll be announcing the winners sometime tomorrow. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And hit the notification bell so you're notified of future episodes.